This is the HiPipo Include Everyone program, a groundbreaking initiative bridging the digital and financial inclusion gap in the COMESA region. In the COMESA region, small and medium enterprises employ over 70% of the population, yet they continue to face significant financing gaps.
One of the things that we have discovered is that about 80% of MSMEs account for a significant portion of employment, and yet they struggle with financing gaps. An example that I would like to give to take it back home is you have experienced a situation where you have been a lender at some point in time, and somebody who borrowed money from you fails to pay back. Or you have also been on the other end where you were a borrower and you probably paid back the money either on time or you defaulted, and the rest is history.
The situation is even more challenging for women-led businesses, which often encounter limited access to credit, high interest rates, and difficulties in scaling.
Here I would like to look at our user, Taonga Chirwa, a Zambian. An outline of the steps Taonga would take to secure a loan currently would look something like this. At awareness level, she recognizes the need for additional capital to expand her business. At research level, she would explore available financing options, but finds limited information tailored to women entrepreneurs. At application level, she encounters a complex procedure and stringent collateral requirements. At approval level, experiences delays or denial due to perceived higher risk associated with women-led businesses. And finally, at disbursement, when she's supposed to receive her funds, if approved, she either receives insufficient loan amounts that have high interest.
It is this challenge that Bridging Gap Solutions set out to address during their participation in the inaugural COMESA Women in Fintech Hackathon for Zambia and Malawi.
We have a solution called Loan Boss, whose sole purpose is to provide expanded credit access through alternative collateral, creditworthiness tracking, and detailed reporting. And then our lower risks via group disbursements and e-commerce capabilities, and scalable, secure systems enabling low interest lending and increased financial inclusion.
While presenting their business case at the hackathon, the team emphasized that Bridging Gap Solutions aims to directly support women-led SMEs by providing access to microloans to help grow their businesses.
Bridging Gap Solutions is a tech company that provides bespoke software. We participated in the Women in Fintech Hackathon to build a solution that is tailored around micro-SMEs, and this solution enables them to get loans and be able to boost their businesses. For our problem statement, we're looking at access to finance. So whilst we have so many entrepreneurs, and especially the MSMEs that have small businesses, in this context, the marketeers, could be the hairdressers, most of them require access to finance. And the challenge that we've seen is that most are highly unlikely to get funding because of the high interest rates, and they won't visit a formal service provider like a bank because of the KYC documentation, etc. And they're most likely not able to register their business for that reason.
They were pleased to gain insights into the Mojaloop platform and plan to integrate it into their solutions.
We actually learned quite a lot, particularly from a technical perspective. We got insights into the Mojaloop platform. This is a solution that I think we've heard of here and there as BGS. But through this particular hackathon, we were able to get more details in terms of really how it works, the principles that it works with, and definitely how we can then incorporate it as a technology provider in the fintech space.
In our case, are we just integrating once to Mojaloop, and then Mojaloop takes care on the other side is already integrated to all the telcos and all the banks? All the payment providers are available, so we don't need to establish any relationship or any kind of onboarding with them.
Or actually do the integration to all the available DFSPs in all the different countries. So technically, at the initial stages, if you integrate from one, depending on the rules and the regulations and the schema that you are going to be onboarded and all the other things that are being set up by COMESA, at the technical level, should have access to the ones that are integrated to Mojaloop. Mojaloop will integrate Malawi, MNOs, Uganda, Kenya, in all these places. Now, to all those that are integrated in there, technically, you have access. However, I want to be cautious and say there will be rules and regulations under which certain things will be allowed and what won't be allowed.
Women should not limit themselves, and there's actually a lot to do and a lot to learn from each other. With this hackathon, we have actually realized that a lot of entrepreneurs and a lot of business women have a chance to go for, and they can actually do it.
The team was especially grateful to the organizers for hosting the hackathon during the Women's Month.
We would like to appreciate COMESA Business Council, HiPipo, and the Gates Foundation for this opportunity to participate in a Women in FinTech Hackathon, especially that this is Women's Month.
HiPipo!
With generous support from the Gates Foundation and in partnership with COMESA Business Council, HiPipo is empowering communities to ensure inclusion and shared benefits for everyone.